Coming at you from Stretch and Wolf Studios. It's that time once again to rage across the internet. Hey, I'm your host, Porter. To my left, as always, producer Daniel Tyson.
Hey, everybody.
And across from me, sitting in the spot where he belongs, is Tricky Tommy Dixon.
Tricky.
That's right. What's up, Trixon?
Trixon. Oh, there's a new one. I like that.
All right.
Tree to Recco Rem to Recco Rem. That's right on. Can't say any more than that.
He is not a crook.
No, you're the crook.
Yeah, I can't. No, I stopped where I should because I don't want to get sued.
We're certainly all frauds. Another week, another show. How we doing, gentlemen?
Great. Well,
I can't even quote what that's from for lawyer purposes.
I'm certainly cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. How about you, Tom? Follow your nose. It'll tell you the truth.
I was going with the con from last time. Come on now.
Silly rabbit.
Well done. Well done, all three of us.
Oh, God, we are a trio of assholes. The best part is like kids nowadays don't know some of the jingles at all.
Really?
Or what? Yeah. Any of the references?
Jingle. Like the actual words to it.
Really?
Kids nowadays don't know what it is.
You know what I
because
read?
They stopped using the words in like 2000. It's just the jingle. There's no
It's
lyrics.
just music.
That's so messed up.
No lyrics. They don't know it's the Give Me a Break jingle.
You know what I found out, though? I was watching some Office trivia.
Okay.
Like trivia from The Office, not trivia around The Office.
Which could be a funny thing, too, but I guess it depends on The Office.
Well, you've seen my office. It's just me.
Right. I said could be.
Hey, you know what's neat? You know what I found? You know, I put it there. No. There's that episode where was it, the Andy Bernard character? He couldn't remember what the product was for Kit Kat. He's like, give me a break, break me off a piece of that. And Jim's like, no one tell him.
Oh.
So he's going like, football cream, motor car, fancy feast.
Oh. That's even better.
But like, apparently that joke only works in America because the jingle only is in America.
Oh.
So when they aired it overseas, everyone's like, what the fuck is happening?
And if you didn't hear it prior to like 2000 something, I don't remember when they stopped using the lyrics, but yeah.
Well, that's a bummer.
I was talking to someone at work not that long ago, and I was doing the jingle, and they're like, what is that?
Why were you doing the jingle at work, you weirdo?
Because I bought a Kit Kat bar of the machine.
Oh, that's fair.
That's really good enough reason.
No, you're right.
That jingle was strong enough that I can't fault that.
No. I mean, if you grab one yourself, like, hey, I guess you gotta sing the jingle.
Break me off a piece of that football cream.
It's just sad. Jingle, I mean, even like the Doublemint one, no one really knows that.
You know, it's weird because this is what this podcast is about now. Now it is.
We have an episode today. Oh, yeah.
No, is the changing of the mascots, too, right?
Uh-huh.
So like you think about Cookie Crisp. It used to be like the Cookie Crook versus the Cookie Cop, right? Mm. And then like, you know, it was the Cookie Cop is the asshole because he's like, you know, you can't have the cookies for breakfast. And then it switched.
To a coyote or something?
Where the burglar was the asshole because he was trying to steal the cookies from the kids. And then he got the sidekick dog. Mm. And then the dog became the star. And then the dog turned into like a coyote or a werewolf or something. Yeah, it's like a coyote
or something.
What the hell are we doing here?
It's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like two of those bakers got fired, man. They just get tired of drawing them? What happened?
How are we supposed to segue this into what we're
I
doing?
have no idea.
We tried.
Yeah, we weren't getting anywhere with it, so we'll just go.
Yeah, I mean, it's cereal talk now. Welcome to the Crunch Bowl. And
not sponsored by
by anybody.
No,
but ourselves.
We did run that commercial last week.
Yeah, I got a commercial. I don't think we're going to do it again, though.
Nah, it was probably a one-off.
It's a good commercial, though. I really liked it.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was aggressively necessary.
Yeah.
It was needed. It was needed.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
So everyone could get their shit together again.
Catch your breath.
If you didn't listen to last week's episode, make that happen right now.
Yeah, you need to go back.
It's probably going to be better than this one.
I fell out of my chair.
Tom cried.
I cried too.
I did.
Not like I got kicked in the nuts sort of way, but like he laughed too hard sort of way.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, this happened. That happened.
Yep, it was a lot of fun.
Don't do that again.
So yeah, if you missed last week, please go back because it's worth it. Last week we finished off
our barnyard overview.
The zoo team.
If you didn't listen, it's the Farah.
And this week we continue.
And we're going to talk some more Umbra.
More Umbra.
Doing our
We're not
exploration.
waiting a whole year to go back and do it again.
No, we're going to keep talking about it.
Oh my god, I'm so shocked.
There's so much to the Umbra.
Actually, no, we're getting better on the timelines now.
We're getting better, yeah. I mean, we got, we've completed 3 different series.
Wow. Go
Think
us.
about that.
Wait, does that mean we're running out of material?
Nah.
Absolutely not.
I mean,
No,
we can always
it's
go
just
back to
people are-
cereal.
Oh no.
No. I was just going to say it's people are more of getting irritated that we're leaving so much in between the series.
Can't get enough of that sugar crisp.
He's still going.
Just like that. Fuck's sake.
But I was trying to segue that into, we would like some write-ins to do another one of those
Junk drawer?
junk drawer.
That'd be great.
Yeah. We've saved all the questions, and we're just doing junk drawers now. So you want questions answered, whether it be Cubs Corner or not, or if it's even more
More in-depth.
in-depth questions, send them in.
A theory question, yeah, whatever. It's just, more to talk about.
We've got a few, but not enough for an episode, so we're saving them all now.
We've been hemming and hawing about another live show. I think we're past due for that.
Well,
Yeah.
let's do. It's been like 7 months.
I have
Something like
I
that.
have an idea for it, but it's
It's in the pipeline.
yeah, we're talking about it still.
We'll
Okay.
give you a couple weeks notice. Definitely get on that Discord, and
Yeah.
you will be more noticed
Because
on that.
Yeah, you guys, the Discord people, you guys get a few perks.
They get a lot of perks. They get a lot of inside.
A lot of insight. They get the knowledge. Do you guys get, kind of like, I don't know if
Questions
it's
get
spoilers.
answered on there quicker than waiting for one of our podcasts to air.
That
no,
too.
that's true. And sometimes it still goes on air.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
well, yeah,
if it was,
we'll still do it.
I mean, it's a definitely good question. It's getting aired.
I'm just saying, sometimes they get like a little, I don't know about spoiler, but like they'll get a heads up on what the next episode is.
That's
Oh, yeah,
true.
That's true.
Yeah, we're not shy about talking about that stuff on Discord.
No, Discord, those guys are so much fun to hang out with. So
And you can be a part of that. All you got to do is go to our website, which is rageacrosstheinternet.com, and head over to our forums. You sign up for the forums, and it's right there in the news and announcements is the link to our Discord.
Yep.
And we do it that way. I know that sounds like a pain in the ass, but we do it that way because we want you to see everything we have to offer. And so you go to the website, and you can see where our store is. You can see what's on those forums. We've got some cool stuff on there. We've got some Ghost Paw, one of our community members, is doing book reviews. Strides did one too, but Ghost Paw's been knocking some of those out.
that's awesome.
And I think that's great because maybe you want a book review, and that's not what we do, but
No.
you can hear from our community what they think about
So
stuff.
that's what I was going to bring up. If they're from our community and what they think about it, it's more of getting others' opinions.
Yeah. Beyond that, we have stuff from the old Nocturnus.net days, a few character essays, some really interesting stuff like about fetish creation. There's that short story, A Blanket of Anger, which is a beautiful character essay.
That's probably one of my favorites.
I think it's a must-read. And if
It is.
those of you lucky few who are early adopter patrons have that reading that I did of it,
A dramatic reading.
yeah,
And that was so cool.
fun.
It's-
I might throw
Might do it
that
again.
up for everyone at some point.
Oh, wow.
I think it's been long enough,
Okay.
and it's not a series. It's just a one thing.
Yeah, it's only like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's a thought. But we got
Hey,
that.
write in. Let us know.
Yeah, we've got the old World of Darkness ticker.
That is
From
one of the cooler
so
things that are on
weird.
there.
Yeah, from the end, and I don't know if some of you guys know this, is when Apocalypse was first happening. The end times, everything's going. WhiteWolf.com did a fake news ticker of major events that were going on in the World of Darkness leading up to the end times. So there's stuff for mage, there's stuff for hunter, there's stuff for vampire, there's stuff for werewolf. And so you can kind of just see the steady decline and fall of the World of Darkness. And it's really cool, and for some reason back then I had the foresight to just save all those files.
Which is nuts.
So
Yeah, how could you think that was going to be necessary to do?
I just felt that I should keep this. I should have a copy of this.
I mean, I'm good on you for thinking that, but I never would have.
And it's awesome, especially if you're running an apocalypse game. You can definitely pull from that.
Yeah, there's some cool little stuff in there. So, we get that's the kind of stuff we have there, And
Yeah.
we don't. I wish we used it more, and we can use it more. We just don't. But that's the thing. We want you to see what's there.
And yeah, and then the
It's
forums. The link to the Discord.
Another reason we push it, though. And the more everyone uses it, the more everybody uses it. I mean,
exactly. That's exactly.
We go where the activity's at, really. And the activity's on the Discord, so we really concentrate on the Discord. But if you guys want to see more forum stuff, definitely get in there.
Do more forum stuff, too.
Hey, throw in a few comments here and there. Do just anything.
Not only that, but like we have the discount code on Discord.
For the store.
For the store.
Yep. So one-time 10% off.
Yeah. And some cool shit in that store.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So, you like what you're hearing, let us know. And again, I think
If you hate what you're hearing, let us know.
Yeah, if you have
Please tell us,
suggestions, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we don't...
You know,
The
tell that
email's
Tom
big
guy
one.
to shut up, please. Let me know.
I think you need to talk more. Either way.
Good answer.
Son of a bitch.
So, Apple Jacks.
No. No Apple Jacks.
A is for Apple, J is for Jacks.
That's all you got, right?
It is all I got.
Good.
So, yes, we are going back to the Umbra. Hitting up more of those Near Realms.
Yes.
And returning to,
Yeah, we're done.
at least mine, because I felt it didn't get enough.
No, we talked a little bit about, a couple of the realms last time, but it wasn't the focus of the show. And we'll probably talk a little bit more about the Battleground later. Just here's some more.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, there's many Near Realms. We'll be here, but...
yeah, but we're not talking about the Battlegrounds today, I think, which is weird.
We might.
We might.
We might
see how
get
the show
to,
goes.
we might not. We'll see.
Yeah.
Look, man, we don't script these,
We don't script.
What's a script?
Exactly.
That's what I write before games sometimes.
I don't know about that one.
Oh.
Bummer.
Tell that to the condemned.
Hey,
I can't, because it's a piece of paper. I can't talk to it.
Oh.
I
It's a
gotta-
piece
I
of
gotta-
paper. Does it have...
that's easy now, because don't spoil, because these are specifically for patrons here.
That's true.
That's, yep, okay.
All right.
Damn it.
So you want to know what the hell we're talking about? You better get it on Patreon.
We're running a promotion soon
Yep.
To do a catch-up?
to do a catch-up.
Yep.
There's a new payment option for Patreon that showed up recently.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't landed on what the promotion will be exactly, but we figured now that there's a new option, I mean, they did it, we didn't do it, so it seems like a good excuse.
Absolutely.
But it's like, hey, well, if you use this, here's what you get. We just haven't landed on the what yet.
Well, we'll get there.
Danny wants to give out Corvettes, and I'm trying to explain to him that it's just not viable.
Well, I don't know how I would give out any if I don't have any.
You go to the toy store and get some model Corvettes.
No, I don't know. Why would I want to give away Corvettes? That's so
I don't
wrong.
know. It's what you said.
You're wrong.
What's a
That's
Corvette?
not what I said. Yeah, the core guy over here. What's a Corvette?
I think it's a type of cereal.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt that. Has it got marshmallows in it?
What doesn't, frankly?
You know what doesn't have marshmallows in it?
The Umbra?
Yeah, exactly.
Near Realms?
The Near Realms.
That might be my favorite segue.
That is. I like it.
That was nonsense. I love it.
Yes.
So, yeah. We are starting.
Yeah, let's start off in Erebus. Tom, you had some stuff last time.
We talked a bit about
I'm
Garubel.
going to definitely
Garubel?
dive in. It's actually Garu Purgatory.
You're
not
Garu
hell.
Purgatory.
Oh, well.
Why would I be?
I don't know.
All right.
Just
I'm not
show
that
me the
much of an
operative.
asshole. Come on. I know I'm an asshole, but jeez. Oh, well, thanks, Danny, for that. If only that was video recording that, everybody would have seen that facial expression.
Well,
I don't know what he's
let's
talking
jump
about.
to defend him.
Nah.
No, but go ahead, man. Take the floor. It's all you.
I can't pick up a floor.
No, but you can
Thanks
sure
for
as
tuning
hell
in,
talking
everybody.
about Erebus.
Sorry.
This is our ratings.
I'm an
This is-
asshole. All right, so Erebus. Obviously, everybody knows this is the purgatory. This is where everyone goes to atone for their quotes sins, their worm taint.
Yeah, you don't want worm taint on you. And if you have it on you, this is probably a
Bad
good
touch.
place to do it. Or get it off, at least.
So it's a taint-free zone. It's a place that the
Down
taint
with the taint!
it's a place where the taint is cleaned.
Yes.
Cleansed, I suppose, would be the proper term. We're cleansing the taint
Cleanse the taint.
through lakes of silver.
So Erebus occupies a unique niche in... I can't even...
I don't understand what's so funny about that.
Oh, of course you don't.
Everybody here's one their taint cleaned.
Erebus occupies a unique niche in the spirituality of the Garu. It is the embodiment of Gaia's wrath, and the purgatory of the nations. See, there you go. A place both feared and revered for the punishment and the purification that can be found.
It's such a strange sentence.
I thought it was a good sentence.
It's not that it's too specific. It's almost not vague enough at the same time.
No, for me, it's the Gaia's Wrath bit that I find so odd.
Okay.
Because there's so much of the Umbra out there that's far more violent and harsh and not a place of healing.
I think it's more going, it's Gaia's Wrath against the worm. I think that's what they're more going for. Because that's what it's used for, is to destroy the worm.
I mean, I'll
cleanse.
I'll see that. But you know what I mean? It's
I know,
like
it's
the choice of words.
Choice of words there was a little bit off.
Yeah.
So let's see. Even the worst of the worm taint can be burned away by the rivers of molten silver flowing through the realm. The liquid metal burns at the body, while the personal attentions of... Was it Therese? Is that what you said?
I'm not entirely sure how you say that word. You do your level best.
I'm going to stick with Therese. I mean, there's two S's and a hyphen, so that makes it a little weird. Anyway, while the personal attentions of Therese's Krynos-formed brood work to purify the spirit. So not only are you cleansing your physical form, your spirit form also gets cleansed.
Well, let's walk that a step back. Who the fuck's Therese?
Therese is. It's a little further in.
Well, I ruined your steez, so I apologize. But
you did a little bit.
I feel like that's the logical follow-up.
But it's not how it follows it.
Of course not.
Of course, because you know why? That doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, why would any of these books be followable?
It actually doesn't even talk about her much. It talks about more of her brood, because the brood does the work.
Okay. But she's the one in charge now.
She is the one in charge. She is the one that overlooks the whole brood.
All right, she's boss man.
She's the boss man of the realm.
Okay, see I think that's general statement enough to know.
The work for me.
I mean, we'll get there. There's a lot of words here. And words.
Words are hard for Tom.
This is true.
Come on, brother.
Do your best.
I wanted to touch on the purification process a little bit. It's excruciating to the body and the soul. It brings the Garu to the point of death, but refuses to allow her that respite. Though the suffering is immense and should be maddening, Erebus is a place of healing. The pain brings with it a sense of clarity, through which the werewolf can recall and experience her sins, even with every nerve on fire. That's intense.
Yes, you're right. That's intense.
That's why I wanted to make sure that was direct from the book. That is just so intense to describe.
What gets me is how dangerous silver is to Garu.
Oh yeah.
How much it can hurt you. What it could do to a Garu it's all bad. But yet it's also the same thing that can really only heal you when
you've gotten the bad touch.
Bad touch. There you go. It's that excruciating, but it's also the only thing that will save you.
Well, no pain, no gain.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was hoping someone would have said that. I was going to sign it up. I didn't think it was going to happen.
Nice little red bow.
Yeah, I mean, it was right there. I mean, you got a point there, and I mean, to take it's a little bit of a diversion here. You know, I think sometimes players, and sometimes maybe storytellers too, I don't know what your name is, will forget just how lethal silver is.
Yes.
We had a guy in the Discord who was working on a fetish, and he wanted some opinions on, how the fetish set up. And, that happened.
Yeah.
But it's what got me thinking about it. So it's the reason about this, but it's the thing that got me thinking about it. And I was explaining to him that sometimes the numbers in Werewolf can be deceiving. Because you see something like a +2, and you go, well, 2's not many. Right, but 5 is your max. You work on a 5 scale in this game.
Right.
2, you're almost at halfway.
Right. That's a significant add, especially when you're rolling all your numbers. And we go back to silver on this because it's, again, there's things that you forget. I did a demo for my Virginia group at one point to remind them of the dangers of silver because they weren't taking it seriously.
Oh, okay. I kind of see where this is going.
Right. It was, and I had the 2 characters. I said, this isn't canon. Don't worry.
Yeah. We're just going to run
You're going to fight. You're going to fight. Yeah. We're going to do a simulation. Grab your dice. You are fighting the first blood roll initiative. You both have claves. One hit.
Here's your ice cream.
Yeah, one hit.
Mm-hmm. One hit, the other one was dead.
Why? Because you can't soak silver.
You can't soak silver. I had that eye awakening moment in the battlegrounds.
Yep. So if you even if that number is 6, that's 6 ag.
Yeah.
You're dead.
You're dead.
What do you do about it?
Now, there are things you can soak silver. There's certain gifts.
There's certain circumstances.
Fetishes, but
certainly, but that shouldn't undercut how deadly silver is. How hard is it to get 8 damage?
Not
at all.
At all.
It really isn't.
But then you factor in the soak, and how often does that 8 damage go through? Very rarely.
Yeah.
Right. So
like 1 or 2.
But when you can't soak it, the game's over now.
Yeah.
I rolled 8 damage, and I got a Grand Clave.
You're dead.
Tough shit.
Bye. So again,
Hope you have fun playing Werewolf.
The lethality of silver is sometimes people forget.
And that's kind of my point of bringing it up. Is the lethality of the silver and how dangerous it is, but yet it's the only thing that can heal the taint of worm here.
Well, it's that burn it with fire mentality.
Yes. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's a
you get
really
poison
good
in
way
your
to
arm.
put it.
What are you going to do? You're going to cut the poisoned flesh off.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sorry for
no, that's
off on
fine. That was a good tangent. I like that.
Necessary.
That was good. It was totally necessary, and I feel that same way too. A lot of people don't take silver as serious as it should. I didn't at first until I had that eye awakening moment when I got clean cut in half at the battlegrounds. One swing.
Yep.
So yeah.
Luckily, it was the battlegrounds.
Yeah. And I just stepped out and went, wow, all right.
So that's how this realm works.
That's cool. So upon your arrival to Erebus, you are greeted by Cerberus.
Yes, so we talked about this before.
We did.
That in previous versions, each head was associated with the Wormweaver Wild. And I think I pulled the picture from Velvet Shadow for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With the different heads of the or different heads.
Yeah, there was a wild head, a worm head, and a weaver head.
That's so cool.
It wasn't just like how they have it pictured here.
Yeah, no, I've seen that one.
Yeah, just 3-headed puppy.
I haven't seen the other one, though.
That one.
A 3-headed puppy.
It's literally just a 3-headed dog. Wolf.
Yeah.
But still.
Where, it was like RoboCop head and like crazy worm head and wild head.
Yeah, this guy's just your gatekeeper. He allows you in based on why you're there.
So it kind of seems like most near realms have some kind of gatekeeper.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
In fact, I wouldn't go that far at all.
So some of them do.
Some. Depending on realm, obviously.
Rules change everywhere. Every realm has its own set of rules.
Right.
Even up into and including entry and exit. We'll get there.
Yeah.
One thing I loved is how he grants you entrance. The way they painted the picture of this place. I'm going to do it directly from the book.
Paint us a word picture.
It paints a good picture.
So verbatim here.
Verbatim from the book. Beyond the silver path, the visitor sees a dark realm. A vast plain of jagged black rock that stretches almost to the horizon. The vista is only broken by the large pools of molten silver that dot the landscape. The silver gives off a cool, unearthly glow that provides most of what little light is in this realm. The silver pathway soon spills out onto the jagged rock where Teresa's brood awaits, towering crinoses of silver or black with soft voices that carry in the stillness. The cold light of the pools exaggerates the quiet intimidation of the brood by obscuring the movements and stance of the silver crinos and rendering the black caretakers almost shadow-like and invisible.
That's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
That's actually...
That's a hell of a picture.
There's a reason I wanted to do that straight from the book. That's a good word picture.
It feels... I guess
purgatory?
Well, I was going to say, I guess, creepier, and it's for lack of a better term, but maybe more ominous than I recall it being in previous editions.
I so loved it, I had to do it direct from the book.
No, I appreciate
sense.
that.
It paints a serious hell.
Hell,
or purgatory, but like, not a place you want to be.
But you have to be.
Exactly. If you want to take care of what you need to, it's a necessary evil.
So the brood obviously there that to assist you. I stated that earlier. Mm-hmm. But if you try to, you could talk to them. But if you try to ask them how long the healing process takes, they won't answer you.
Sure.
Because every Garu has to atone for their sins for however many sins they have. So they don't even know how long it's going to take.
For how much taint you have.
Yep. How big is your taint? So
you guys are gross. I don't know why.
Yeah, because we're the ones doing the joke.
Anyway, so to begin the rite, I guess.
Okay.
The brood marks a Garu requesting punishment by using a talon to carve a sigil into their flesh. She is then invited to step into the pool of silver. The brood respects those who voluntarily enter the torment, but they will assist reluctant penitents. That's what I'm saying. You will be forced in once you're marked. If you don't go in willingly,
this is happening.
You're going in.
Yeah, once you're marked, you're like, there's no getting cold feet at that point, huh?
You're going in, and it's once you touch, the silver drags you in.
Holy shit.
So as soon as you touch the silver, it drags you.
It's like Quicksilver.
Yeah. I guess we could call it that.
Fuck you.
Well, like quicksand.
No, I got it.
He didn't say it run around real fast. Quicksand sucks you in. Go to hell.
The silver does move fast. It does pull you around. And then eventually you will surface once you're cleansed.
Like, is it like tearing flesh off of you and then you're just regenerating as it's happening?
Here, I can get there. Right here. From the first touch of the silver, the Garo's flesh burns and every nerve ignites in agony. They thrash about and may instinctively shift between forms and attempt to climb out of the pool, but there is no escape. The waters swiftly drag you downwards and into the nightmarish black tunnels that snake its way through the rocks.
Fuck!
So not only are you in the lake of silver, right?
You're being pulled.
Right. And into...
in excruciating pain.
Like drowning murder tunnels under the water. I mean, we're using the quotes with the water.
Yeah.
So, how bad can it be? Worse.
Worse
than that.
It's not going to stop once it starts. It's just bad.
So, essentially, you're staying in there until it has removed all of worm taint from you.
You cannot leave until the silver keeps you in there. And then eventually you will work your way through all of the pools and you get guided towards the center of the realm. And once you do arise from it, the currents move the werewolves towards the vast island at the center of the lake, where more brood wait patiently for sufferers to emerge, exhausted and pure. And now, at the center of this place, is a black fortress that dominates the central island, standing high above the shoreline. It is carved from the same dark shale that makes up the rest of the realm. Silver flaming braziers cast a strange, cool light, not unlike Luna's own moonlight, upon the walls of the fortress. Deep within its walls dwells the Incarna, Charisse, who oversees all the cleansings that occur in her realm. So she's an Incarna.
I was going to say Incarna.
So don't fuck with her.
That's... should be in the name tag.
That's rough.
Yeah, it should have been in the name tag at the beginning of the intro of her brood, just Incarna, Charisse.
Don't, some jaggling. Don't fuck around.
That's holy shit.
And obviously, some visitors will just sometimes go to talk to her and try to actually
cleanse.
No, some will actually go there to try to work for her.
Okay.
And they dig into that very little.
Is that more just to
become her brood, just to work?
Okay.
Like retirement, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
now her brood, if I remember correctly, they at least used to in the previous editions, tried to make deals with Garo in the realm.
They didn't state anything about deals.
Okay.
Could be just a different edition.
Well,
they might have changed it in this one.
Yeah, things do change. Things are, switch around for it. I mean, you look at the Ajba.
Yeah.
They went back and forth, and it's a few things. So, okay.
Well, let's see. We got two little more things here. Hidden deep within Charisse's fortress are the halls of the Harrowers and the Castigators. The sigil carved onto the Garu creates a mystical link with the silver mirrors that line their walls. The laws of Erebus give access to a werewolf's body's mind and soul while she is submerged in the silver waters. And these mirrors are the gateways. So these are the guys that are looking into your soul.
Oh.
And they're the ones that are cleansing it, obviously. They're looking through all of your past deeds and sins and whatnots.
Scary.
I just wanted to make sure I'd noted their names. This place ain't a happy place, man.
No, it's not a resort.
You're not going there to hang out. And the last thing I wanted to touch on is the unforgivable. That's what they dubbed it.
Okay, you brought this up last time.
I did.
Very, very lightly, but...
Lightly. Well, we'll dig into it just a little bit more. One of the greatest secrets of the realm is that a black spiral dancer swirls somewhere in the silver sea. The liquid metal slowly burning away at the worm's hold on him. A hand-picked pack of brood carefully monitors his progress and ensures the ritual is administered precisely.
So, imagine how long that guy's been there.
They actually state they don't even know at this point. He's been in there so long.
So probably as long as the realm has been...
I doubt that.
It says unending tortures for more than a decade, and no one knows how much longer the process may take.
Okay, see, that makes more sense. He should have finished.
Charisse isn't even sure if it'll ever come out, but she's trying. Which is something.
This saying something, right? Because there's some implications there.
Over a decade.
Yeah, that's not... a whole lot in the grand scheme.
I
think they fell at what, 250 AD?
Oh, we'll get to that part.
Will you?
No, the 250 AD. What are you talking? Who fell?
The White Howlers.
Well, we'll get to that part. That was the big thing.
Oh my god!
Oh boy!
I was not aware that he had a thing.
Well,
there.
we had mentioned that, I guess, prior. But that was
the implication.
The implication.
Oh.
What they could emerge as.
Sure.
So Charisse isn't even sure if that person will be saved or if the lake will claim its first fatality.
Okay, so he's... Oh, Jesus.
She doesn't know.
Claim its first fatality. Fuck.
See, I like the idea there that maybe... Because you state that out, right? That there's a black spiral there and no one knows how. And you set this implication up that, yeah, you're gonna... Well, this is how you bring the White Howlers back. Yuck. But...
Yuck.
But when you do that, you assume that the howler or the spiral in question would be someone of import.
Okay.
You remove the decade thing, right? And you go, "Oh, is this Karurik?" And I mean, we know it's not because there's evidence of him in other places. Fine, but maybe someone else of that era, maybe some of the original people, that would make sense for the cleansing. And if you're on that level to be able to purify and become a way, which. It's not that simple. That's not how tribes work, but we're just for the sake of argument.
Sake of argument, right. And I get it why you'd think that way, because again...
Yeah, well, they set it up that way. They make that implication.
Yes.
But what if that's not it at all?
Well, that's the thing they state. It says no one knows what he will be if and when he does emerge. Could he be the first of a new White Howler tribe or something else entirely? That they stated right there in the book.
And, probably a Ronin. But what I'm saying is...
I would just go with a Ronin.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I think there's a, if it's possible to bring the tribe back, there's an implication that spiral is someone important. I'm saying, what if he's just a schlub?
Just some...
Ralph's cousin.
Ralph.
Dragon Breath Ralph has a cousin named, Frankie Skidmark. and that's where he is. He was just kidnapped and thrown there as an experiment.
It's just
I like that Charisse is at least trying.
Sure.
To see if something can be done.
No, I appreciate that. Is that a better version than it's the ancient hero, Naklathu? No, it's just Frankie Skidmark. We're just experimenting right now. We don't know.
Frankie Skidmark's been there for over a decade. Imagine if it was someone of prominence.
And I think that's why he's bringing that up.
Yeah.
Because if it is just...
Yeah, well, either they're setting up the implication of some great outcome, some potentially Gaia-saving outcome. What if, guys? And I go, well, what if it's nothing?
I like that better.
Yeah.
I think more often than not, that shit is nothing. I once upon a time ran, it was a brief thing, but it was the idea that Vedoma and Sekhmet were looking to break the curse on the Silent Striders. They got a lead on a thing, and the thing, it was bullshit. Because it's largely going to be bullshit more often than it's not going to be bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. No, I see what he's saying.
Yeah.
I do.
9 times out of 10, what you're going for, it's probably wrong. But it's so important that you at least got to try.
Right.
It's okay to make those stories where the sword you pulled out of the stone wasn't Excalibur. It says made in China.
Free sword.
Right. Sure. It's going to break because the guy got it at the mall.
But didn't break going into the stone.
Right, but you tried for it, and there's a story in the attempt, and there can be satisfaction even if the thing is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still did the story.
Yeah.
I get it.
You lose more than you win.
Right.
Sometimes that's a good story, just as long as you're not punishing your group for it.
Yeah, you're right. As long as there's no kind of punishment for it, and there's still a story behind it, sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's probably bullshit, but it's so important you at least have to try.
Right.
So I get it. It makes more sense for that to be just some Joe Schlub. That it's an experiment. And hey, what if it worked?
Right. And maybe it will in 20 years.
In 20 years. So
but
now
he's also just a random guy. So
yeah.
So now we have to get another one. He's
not some ancient hero of pure blood that goes all the way back.
Yeah.
He's just a spiral they picked up off the fucking street.
And it worked. So maybe we try
Or it
again.
doesn't, but they're trying. Mm-hmm. They don't know.
I like that they're trying, though.
Yeah.
They're doing something.
I just think that might be more interesting than the implication of bringing back a lost tribe. Isn't that a little cliche?
Very cliche, not a little, very. And it's because tribes don't work like that.
Right. This has always been said. A pure black spiral dancer is not a white howler. There's no totem. White Lion's not there to go, you are my people.
Get a howler back.
One dude is not a tribe.
No.
You need the tribe, you need the totem, you need the numbers to give the spiritual support to the totem. It's
you can't do that
there's a symbiotic relationship there. It doesn't happen with one dude.
Yeah, one dude that came out of the Silver Lake after 20 years.
I mean, is that maybe potentially the start of something greater? Yeah.
Sure, it's the start.
Maybe potentially the start of something greater. There's enough qualifiers there for you, right?
Yes. Yeah, I see you're rolling with it. I was picking up what you're laying down.
Have I completely waylaid you? Or
not at all.
Okay.
There's only one last thing, and it's we touched on it before. It's the changing breeds don't have an Erebus.
Yeah.
But I got a little blurb out of the book on why they feel that way.
Oh,
why they feel that way, or why they just don't have access to it?
Why each tribe, each one of them, they're listed here.
Every single
not every single one, but like
but a good bulk.
A good bulk of
okay.
them. It's the breeds have very different outlooks to the Garu. The Koraks and Nuisha don't feel they have anything to atone for, and the Ratkin don't live with regrets. The Bastet are confident that even their mistakes have meaning. The Makole mediate and relive memories of sin to learn from them, and the Ajaba are too focused on survival. The Ananasi have purpose instead of sorrow. The Gurhal are too few to have the luxury of penance, and the Naga triumvirates. What is that?
Triumvirate?
Yes, that provides support and chastisement in equal measure for each other.
Well, that's...
Sound like a cop-out answer.
So you know what?
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Some of them are. Yeah, are just fucking.
They're too busy surviving. Don't worry about it.
They're too self-important.
And
but
then
some of those are solid answers.
Some of those are solid answers. But then I told you just before we started airing this is those fair who know of Erebus just see it as another reason why the apocalypse is fast approaching and why the Garu are partially responsible.
Well,
I can see that too.
That's pretty thin. Why? Because there's
I can see
a
it.
place where they can be cleansed from worm taint. So the apocalypse is their fault.
I'm saying I can see it. Doesn't mean I agree with it.
I'm gonna smash some eggs.
What kind of eggs?
Well, raven eggs.
Ravens.
Oh, Korax eggs.
Yeah. just out of spite for that.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go climb trees and find. I'm done with this. I'm abandoning the bit.
You're abandoning it.
I've abandoned the bit.
I mean, I know we touched on it last time, but like getting in and getting out
straight through the Cerberus, or there is one other exit.
Yeah, there's a secret one, isn't there?
Yes, in the middle of that castle, right behind the Incarna.
Oh,
and good luck.
Yikes!
Yep.
I think the thing about Erebus is it's not a realm you can easily tell a story in.
No,
it's. I think it's necessary. I think it's good background,
but maybe a very generalized story.
Well, what are you to do?
Or even like a, hey, you went to Erebus, this happened, off book.
Sure.
What happened with me?
Well, because look at it this way. I read a story tomorrow where you guys have to go to Erebus to cleanse yourself of the shit you did during Shadows and Tall Trees. Which wouldn't be unreasonable.
Not at all.
No, it's not unreasonable.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Spent 2 weeks in a hive. We definitely need it.
So, what is that story? You go down in the lake. You're not even, again, you're pulled under, you're being pulled through tunnels and shit.
Yeah.
It's not like you're treading water at the top of the lake going, so, want to get a burger when we get out of this? You can't even have that kind of dialogue.
No.
So, I can describe how terrible it is and how much you hurt.
And that's it.
But that's 5 minutes, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
If that.
That's a background story.
Yeah, this is what happened.
You could do the intro to meetings. Cerberus, you could do the talking to the brood, but that's about it. Once you're in the pool, then you're out, you're done. You leave.
You get in the pool, and then 5 years later, you're out. What?
Yeah.
There's not a lot to do there, I don't feel. It's a behind-the-scenes kind of realm. It's an off-camera kind of realm, I think.
I get it. I agree with you, because I don't see a full, especially the stories rerun where we're looking at 7-8 hours. I don't
I mean,
see
unless you're running something about that guy came out of the silver and he's fucking that realm up.
Sure. but
and you need to go assist it.
That's
a different thing.
That's a different
How
thing.
did he get out of there?
Yeah, I'm talking just a normal trip to Erebus.
Yeah, that's definitely behind the scenes. I mean, totally a needed realm.
But yeah, it's
but
hard
something
to
you
write.
don't really have to run.
Yeah.
Give them the, hey, they were there for 5 months cleansing.
And, describe it for the 5 months to
Right.
get an idea of what you've gone through.
Sure. I'll pull it straight from the book. That's such a good little picture that they painted.
But, you don't want to... You can't make that go for longer. I wish I could tell you different.
No, I get you. I understand.
Danny, what do you got? Danny, are you next? You're next?
Or you can do next if you want.
We can go to a much happier place.
Let's go to a happier place.
Oh, it's not very happy for me.
Well, that's why I'm going to go to. I'm going to go to a happy place.
Go first.
Yay.
It's called Summer Country.
It sounds like a happy place.
Sounds fantastic.
It's like the.
Tell us a story.
Well, they're like the Cliff's Notes is like it's like the Garden of Eden or a paradise on the Umbra, I guess.
The way you paint the Umbra.
It depends. Umbra's a big,
Have we been to Summer Country?
No.
No. Okay.
In fact, almost no one has.
Okay.
In fact, and thank you for that, because to divine the location of Summer Country requires a strength that few Garu possess, and a willingness to love thy enemy that few Garu could suffer.
What? Okay.
I borrowed. I took passages from the book here because there's certain things. It's like, no, this is how it's described.
Important.
Yeah. First and foremost, in finding Summer Country is having a wealth of respect for all things. The questing Garu must understand that everything has a place, even if she cannot fathom what that place is or why it should be. More than simply seeking peace with the things she believes are good and right, she has to embrace the notion that everything is worthy of its existence. Everything, including the things that have hurt and humiliated her. Everything, including the worm and its minions. Everything, including herself and her weaknesses.
Well, I see why it's really hard to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
so if
that's
you can
a lot.
figure out that personal enlightenment, you can have access to Summer Country until that seed of doubt pops back in.
Yeah.
Until like you stub your toe and you go, you piece of shit.
And then, yep.
So what if that happens? You just get booted?
You just get booted instantly.
Wow.
Now there's an exception to that.
Oh.
But we're going to come back around to it.
Okay.
Because I put this together in a particular order.
Gotcha. All right. No, it's fine because it's the same stuff we kept hounding on Tom. Well, whatever this. He goes, hold on, my notes are way down here.
Kind of, but
Can't jump around on them.
There's a flow here I put together specifically.
Okay.
Because there's something that pertains to you at the end of it, Danny.
Oh, me specifically.
Well, Jaeger, but
oh.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I like this more now.
Oh, no, you got me. You got my interest piqued.
Now, there are certain landmarks, features, whatever you want to call, in Summer Country. It's a beautiful land, and it's filled with all sorts of, spirits, but creatures.
Uh-huh.
There's no death in Summer Country. I mean, there is, but you just are back the next day. So the cycle continues. The wolf still eats the rabbit, but the rabbit comes back. It's a place just of Gaia's perfection, if you will, completely untouched by worm and weaver. And you have these certain landmarks.
Okay, it's starting to make sense now. Completely untouched by worm and weaver is...
But it's not a wild place.
No.
It's Gaia.
I know, but that's what I mean. That's why I'm starting to see it now.
All right. If we were to call... I know they say purgatory. Fine, so I guess Wolfham would have been hell. But it would be Garu heaven. By that logic.
Yeah. That's we got both extremes here right
now. Which is,
That's why I wanted to pivot to you. You get bad first, good second.
So there you go. So you have, Cloud Top High. And Cloud Top High is a floating island out in the sea.
Cool.
It has these thick roots hanging down so you can climb up. Living under, the bottom of this island is every type of bat that has ever existed. And, you climb your way up, and on the island's surface, you've got all these air-related species, current and extinct, that will gladly ferry you to and from the island back to the shore, or, to the massive spired castle of living vines on this island. It's at the peak of this island. And the entire purpose of the thing is the journey itself. It's used to, the journey is the worthier part. It's a place where they go to commune with Gaia. You have the Garden of Delights, which this one I took a lot of quotes from because it's a little trippy here. All right,
trippy.
Well, there's you make your notes and you paraphrase, and there's the thing you wanna.
Yeah, you got to make sure
you got to nail just right.
You want to get
my vision over here.
Yeah,
I get it. There's a few I got too, but as far as I'm getting, as far as a picture here, this probably sounds pretty necessary. So
I did paraphrase this one, so haha. But no, the Garden of Delights. It's this colorful, swampy kind of nursery where life is spontaneously created and its metal immediately tested in the environment. And so, creatures of all sizes and tempers are tried here, like a demo version of life. And the fittest of which, incarnate on the other side of the gauntlet, is a new species in its ecosystem. We discover shit.
So this is Gaia playing with things.
Yeah. This is the testing room, I guess.
It's Gaia's playground.
I like testing room better. It makes sense.
Those creatures whose short existence don't lead to the origin of a new species find a permanent home in Summer Country as spirits. So, not only do you have this new life being created and tried, but even if they if they pass, they're going to be a new species. If they fail, it's hanging around as a spirit in the realm.
They get to stay there, but as a spirit.
Yeah, I mean everything's a spirit. It also mentions that often people find Summer Country at the end of their run. Kind of like Grandpa, who never had a kind word to say, but now he's 92 and he just found Jesus overnight because he knows he's about to die.
Right.
Well, that's about when you would be at peace with everything.
Or
at that age, because you have nothing left to be mad about.
Or the cynical person says they're afraid that maybe they were wrong the whole time, and let's hedge our bets. But neither here nor there.
Right.
But yeah, your thing is the thing that's more in tune with this. They let that shit go and they find that peace. So it's not uncommon for people.
Retirement.
Yeah, at the end to find. So you also have spirits of Garu who are living in Summer Country, not ancestor spirits. They died in Summer Country, they actually, and so their spirit gets to stay.
Huh.
It said
can other Garu actually. Sorry to waylay this.
No, go ahead.
But can other Garu actually call upon that spirit, like an ancestor spirit, or no?
It doesn't specify, but you make the argument. You follow the logic. You go, well, it wouldn't be like an ancestor spirit because it would be the actual guy.
Yeah, not anymore.
But for all intents and purposes, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
But then would you be forcibly pulling him out of his retirement?
Well, I think you couldn't pull him out of Summer Country. I think if you went to Summer Country and he was there, you could interact with him.
Okay.
But he ain't going nowhere. He's got his reward. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you get these spirits out of Summer Country existing there, which is really cool. And we talk about how waking up and being everything's alive again the next day. So you still have that cycle of life continuing. The relationships are sometimes bizarre in terms of this cycle. It's a terrible sentence. But the leopard who eats the fox spends a chilly night curled around the vixen's mewing kits. A spider releases the fly it is too full to devour. The doe who knows the bear is hungry wills itself not to run from his roar. There's a weird kind of harmony in let's all work together, even though. You see, you see it?
Yeah, I wish people could see my facial expressions right
now.
Yeah,
he's got his head tilted. He's kind of
trying to wrap his head around it.
Yeah, but you see it. It's like Bambi knows the bear's hungry, so Bambi's not going to run. Bambi knows Bambi will be back in the morning. So she's giving her life to feed the bear.
Yep.
To help everything go along.
The spider's not hungry anymore, so I don't need to eat this fly.
Right, so I'll let the fly go because I am not hungry right now, knowing that when I am, I will get a fly. Which is bizarre behavior, but it speaks to a different sort of harmony. It's still harmony,
it's perfect balance.
Almost. I wouldn't call it perfect, but it's a balance.
Right.
And then there's one other place of note in Summer Country.
This is for me specifically. You're going.
Well, I think everyone can be aware of it. Okay, but you might be interested in this.
Gotcha.
Because you're super likely to just trip over and fall into Summer Country, and Jaeger's a pretty chill guy,
right?
So
real chill,
sure is.
But is the Isle of Self,
okay,
which has a shrine to Gaia's glories indivisible. I loved that. I kept that in. Deep dive inside the shrine. lies the Well of Life. Now, the waters of the Well of Life cure any abnormality.
Including missing limbs?
Including birth wounds of the metis.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
A sip of the well's water makes gnarled limbs fit, soothes troubled thoughts, even grants the metis appendages she was born without. Bathing in the well even removes the sterility and madness.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well,
theoretically.
Theoretically.
Good thing you can't stumble into that place.
I was going to say,
be there.
and then that's kind of why I'm willing to bet that it's so rare to even get here.
Well, it's...
You heard the stipulations. You're not getting there anytime soon.
No,
but yeah, you could theoretically have a sip, get your arm back.
Jesus.
Like through natural Gaia-given means. Now, luckily you're not a menace. Because what sucks for them is that shit doesn't last.
So they get it for a little bit.
And
once they leave, that shit starts to come back, sometimes differently, sometimes worse.
Yeah, just stay there. Retire.
Well, as long as you can, right?
Yeah.
And of course, on a side on this, I thought was interesting is in the case of a pregnancy, a metis pregnancy, the temporary fertile metis is trapped in the realm until the birth of the cub.
Interesting.
So, okay, you're there with a packmate or something, somehow, right? And you bang because, hey, look, I don't know what leads up to this decision. Okay, just grant the damn premise, right?
Yeah, hypothetically.
Jack knocks up Jill. Jill was a metis, so what's the harm, I guess? But drank from the Well of Life, so is no longer, now can be pregnant. Jill is now stuck in summer country until that child is born. Now, it's only like a month or so because the growth rate's crazy there. Kid will be born in like a month.
Okay, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
At which point, mom is booted.
Oh, instantly.
Instantly. And baby is, and I quoted this, the baby becomes pure emephora. It's, quote, a wolf spirit with eerie human eyes. The spirit is bound to summer country forever.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Well, because it's not natural.
Right. It wasn't supposed to exist.
What is supposed to happen?
Now,
so growth rate is just always sped up for everything, or just the baby?
Just the baby.
Okay, I was about to say, because if you go there, you're going to age really fast.
Well, that was my next question. Is that for everything? But if it's just the baby, then clearly...
Well, yeah, because they want to kick mom out as fast as possible.
I think basically that, yeah. God. Can you imagine that being a menace? Like, you get there and like, oh, I drink the water and the voices in my head are quiet and like my horns fell off.
Well, then they say you have to bathe in it.
Whatever.
Well, either way, yeah.
Sorry, still.
You did a slip and slide instead.
Fun.
Even better.
Fuck it.
So,
but then you leave
not knowing,
and then not only
it's all coming back.
Yeah,
and
the voices come back, and yeah, maybe you get an extra horn now.
It might not even be horns.
No, it might. It might not.
But
could you imagine that deformity coming back slowly,
and only driving you more mad?
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's a wing. Let's say I got flashbacks to that stupid X-Men movie. And, like, you're filing that wing off every day so people don't see it coming back. Just chopping the wing off, cutting it off of you.
And then the next day it's back again.
Yeah.
And bigger.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking terrible for that character, right?
Imagine if someone has, like, horns or something, and they wear, like, a beanie to cover them up. And then you no longer have the horns. I don't have to wear the beanie, I feel so... And then those start slowly coming back. So you put the beanie on. But now those horns are too big, and you can't wear that beanie.
You just wear the beanie. It's just not going to help you with the horns.
It's just not going to help you anymore.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be horrible. Here's the thing, too, though. Once you leave summer country, your memories of that realm begin to fade.
Oh. So you don't even remember why you got your arm back or horns out.
It eventually becomes just a wisp of a memory. Unless you had that kid.
Only the pregnant mother has the memories?
You'll remember the name of the child, and that's it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Which is fucking...
Oh, don't mess with a guy.
Right? Rules is rules. This is rules.
Yep.
So that's summer country. There's not a lot
that's
you
cool,
can do with
holy
it. Holy
shit.
Yeah.
Well, your character grows with old age, and you're happy with it. Maybe you can attempt to voyage there.
Maybe, and you know what? Maybe you can fudge it.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
But you're ending your character at that point.
Well, not necessarily. Theoretically, What if you found a null zone or found a backdoor through a dream zone?
Well, wouldn't you get booted out anyway if you're not?
Probably.
Perfect? Yeah.
But we're saying what if.
Yeah. I don't see a what if you can't meet the requirements, because it's Gaia's realm, essentially.
But at the same time, if you're 15 and you snuck into the club, you're in the club.
You'll get noticed eventually.
Maybe. Or you steer clear of the bouncers all night. It's not a one-for-one comparison here, but is it theoretically possible? You know?
It's plausible, yeah.
I don't know how likely. You know, it's not a realm that shows up in your games. And I know in the Umber 20, it actually talks about some of the Desians of Summer Country are torn about what to do, because they know it's a matter of time before the worm finds the realm.
Oh, okay.
How could yeah, no, it's plausible, like you said.
So
I can't question it at that point because it's plausible.
And there's a divide over whether or not to open the gates and let everybody in so they can experience Gaia's bounty and splendor, and maybe that will help.
Or close the gates
forever.
Forever.
Ironically, that debate leaves the door open to give the worm more time to potentially find Summer Country.
Right. Oh my god, that's a hell of a story. Ooh.
God, the worm's such an asshole.
Right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, kind of everyone is in Werewolf.
It's the world of darkness.
Yeah.
It's true, too.
Dark for a reason.
Very.
Daylight savings.
No. Helios is mad at that. Says this is not necessary.
No, he's cheap. He likes saving things. What's happening?
Helios is mad at that because Aunt Luna's getting more time.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But he doesn't want to say anything because the chick's crazy.
Yeah. Look, yes, I'm mad, but don't fucking tell her.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Don't say anything. Just shut up.
It wasn't me.
Shut up. Just shut up. She's listening. Shut up. She's listening.
She's waking up.
Shut up. Get out of here. She's over here.
So, Danny.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have a place that has a sun or a moon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What you got?
What do you have?
See, we went with Battlegrounds last time, but I thought Pangea was a little bit more necessary this time.
Well, I think that's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Am I correct in that's right up your alley?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
It's proper dinosaurs.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you open the door? Did you get on the floor?
Not answering that question.
Everyone walked the dinosaur, for those of you not familiar with the reference.
So Pangea is very much like primal Earth. It's all a time before Garu, and even most of the changing breeds. Most of the changing breeds. There's definitely Macaulay there.
That makes sense.
But Pangea, it's like a mythic echo of the long ago times, drawn from Gaia's far-reaching memory and shaped with crude stone tools. There's some quotes in here. I thought they were pretty cool, and it paints nice pictures. But it's also extremely hazardous to anyone who walks there. Now, we think of Pangea, Pangea's a real thing.
Yeah, the original landmass.
Giant landmass, surrounded by ocean. And I remember in school where they showed us what the world looked like, what Pangea looked like. Mm-hmm. And, it's all prehistoric and volcanoes and earthquakes and all those things happened, and that landmass split up into what we now have as the 7 continents.
Right.
Thank you, Mrs. Harding.
Is that what your teacher was?
No, it sounded like a good teacher name.
That sounded like the perfect teacher name. Got it. But in Pangea, the near realm, it goes through that millennia of geological changes in mere hours as you walk through it.
Oh, wow.
So, constant...
Don't step on a crack.
They're on overtime, man.
Constant volcanoes, earthquakes.
All the plates, tectonic plates shifting all the time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now, when I read that, the first thing I thought of, the movie Armageddon.
That is the second time
that this movie's been brought up in this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, today's recording session, but yes, that's why I'm laughing. The part specifically I'm thinking about, right? Owen Wilson goes, trying to remember exactly what he said here. He goes, so what's it like up there? Billy Bob Thornton answers, extremely hot in the sunlight, really cold in the shade, razor sharp rock, erupting volcanoes at any time, things like that. Owen Wilson just goes, okay, so the scariest environment imaginable. Really, that's all you had to say. Just scariest environment imaginable, thanks. And it's exactly what I thought of as I'm reading this book. It's just Owen Wilson, like, why would you tell me all those things? Just the scariest imaginable. Thank you.
I mean, there are any clowns in it.
Well...
People got a problem with clowns.
Ones that eat you.
Well, I don't have a clown thing, but I know a lot of people
do. I do.
So that'd be scary, right? Like the volcanoes are going off, but like clowns are popping out.
I'm just repeating what I heard. All right. And again, I don't even know if that was line for line from Armageddon. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, it's a good enough paraphrasation.
Yeah, it's good enough. No. Don't like clowns. Pangea, however...
I know what I'm dressing up for Halloween.
I hate you.
I know what I'm just doing for daily life now.
Pangea, however, is also an area of great spiritual power. We talked about when we were on the Silver Fang episode about how they would have meetings of Garu where there is no one tribe there.
Right. We talked about that in Silver Fangs.
Yep. That includes Black Spiral Dancers.
I know. They're Garu.
So, yeah. Garu is Garu. They're all just gray.
Yep.
The wild influence makes all the moon bridges to Pangea extremely unpredictable.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Means wild.
Right.
But at the same time, Banes will hang out at all these entrances trying to kill any wounded who would try and seek the realm's restorative energies. That's going to be a fun story.
I dodged a bullet when I went.
You were already under fire when you went.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. But, that being said, that this place can heal you.
Well, if I remember correctly, it says, correct me if I'm wrong, Danny, one of the laws of the realm is you heal double time.
I don't remember exactly, but it sounds vaguely familiar.
Okay.
Well, it works at such a fast pace, that makes sense.
I think it's either you heal double time or Ag is healed like normal shit.
Oh, wow.
But it's...
So what do you need Erebus for?
I'm trying to... Well, that's Worm Taint. We're talking about damage.
Yeah, this is damage.
So, yeah, that makes... Like I said, I don't remember reading that exact, but it makes sense and why I would write that down.
I seem to recall.
Okay. Now, to leave Pangea, you can just find a glen, which is kind of like a mini pocket realm portal? Question mark?
Well, thanks for listening to the podcast, Danny. We've been over Glenn's in our first Stumble episode.
It's been a while, so I was looking to you to try and confirm that
true.
for me.
It's true.
Thank you.
A glen is an area, is a pocket of, I was going to say spiritual clarity, but that's kind of a gobbledygook sentence. Of Gaian power.
Right.
Strength. I mean, it's the equivalent to, say, a blight.
Okay.
Just,
Then again, what I thought, I wasn't 100% sure, and I didn't listen to our old episode to go double check. So
or cross-reference with,
anything else.
Yeah.
Right. I was kind of busy.
But there are, there are a lot of exits.
Yes.
It's one of those realms that it's fortunate enough that there are just exits. And there's multiple of them.
Yeah, mostly it's the glens, or you can go through the dream zone, but only if deep enough sleep, and the only way to get that deep of sleep is some narcotic plants that only grow in Pangea.
So you're in the right place.
Right. Now, guarding Pangea, I guess you could call him guarding there, is the Elder Serpent, Pangea's king giant dragon. And, it's not really 100% sure who he is, but to some, it's like a powerful agent of the worm. To others, the living memory of the worm that was, acting as, the original checks and balances. Demands favors from visitors, most often requesting them to destroy agents of Wild or Weaver that may have grown too strong.
He's asking a lot.
Yes. Here's the thing. You can refuse his request, but if you do, you have to leave. Yeah, if you refuse, you have to leave immediately. And if you ever come back, you are killed on sight.
I mean...
I feel like it's not a...
There's no win-win there anyway.
No, it's a Corleone situation. There's an offer you can't refuse. You're taking it.
But completing the favors for the Elder Serpent he will also offer to teach some rites that can no longer be taught to any of the changing breeds. So, a favor for a favor. You do this for me, you can stay, and I'll teach you a thing.
Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Hey, forget about it.
It's not a bad deal, but what he's asking for is a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe it is. I mean,
well, those two, right?
But then consider what's asking.
Yes.
It could be like, get me a flower, and you're intimidated.
Usually, yeah.
It's not a quest you take lightly.
Scratch my back.
For Garu, though, it's mainly, destroying agents of Wild and or Weaver. But, yes.
I was going to go, what sort of a storyteller wants it to be? But I'm like, no, it's what, look, he did his research. This is fucking...
Now, in the middle of
Pangea... Don't take a crap on it.
In the middle of Pangea, there's a level 5 cairn hidden in one of the really dense forests, the Graveyard of the Lost. It's the remains of every species that has ever gone extinct, including the Lost Tribes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so skeleton bones, nuts.
Nuts and bones?
It's nuts.
You just stated nuts and bones.
Yep, nuts and bones. There you go.
Bones and nuts.
Now, there are also...
In harmony?
Yeah, no, I like that. That's a good one.
Boom, 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 boom.
Nuts.
What you gonna do? Yep, okay. Sorry, I'm not rapping again.
No, I think you should.
Nope. There are also 4 tribes of humans here in Pangea.
I was about to bring them up.
No one knows how they got there. There are only rumors, which I don't understand why the book wouldn't just tell you. I mean, this is the place to tell us why they got there.
They're not humans. They're not. There's no bodies anymore. They're ephemera. They are spirits.
Okay.
It's like everything else in the Umbra, dude. There is no body. They're not stepping through the gauntlet and like putting on a bow tie and going to work.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like when I say 4 tribes of humans, like I have quotes around humans because they're not really humans.
They may have one time been humans.
And again, they're all rumors here because that is one of those rumors. It's possibly like the souls of the deceased before the Dark Umbra was even created. Because that's where the deceased go, was the Dark Umbra. So before that was even created, maybe these are those souls. Again, rumors, no definitive answer. Again,
which is kind of nice because we can't prove a thing. But I'm sorry, go ahead. And
it could also possibly be any refugees who fled during the Impersium. That was my favorite one. I thought that was kind of cool.
It's, again, less likely, but theoretically possible. They could also simply be spirit constructs to represent the different early tribes of man.
Yeah.
So they could be just completely natural to Pangea. They could be
Neanderthals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They could be from before the Sun Ray, before the erection of the gauntlet.
Which, again, why wouldn't the book just give a definitive answer? Even if it is a few different answers.
To let you play.
Okay, true.
Yeah, that's storyteller fodder.
To give you the creative food. You got a little bit of a creative juice there. There you go. Play with it.
And part of that, too, is with the different mythologies of the different games. You got to remember is that the World of Darkness wasn't designed to work together, but it works together, kind of. I mean, this is to say, when they didn't have Hunter the Reckoning in mind when they made Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay. I see what you're saying, yeah.
The same way they didn't have Werewolf in mind when Vampire was made, or they didn't have Mage in mind when they did Werewolf. But
they all connect somehow.
Kind of. Yeah. So they're they're generally pretty careful about not pointing a finger at something and going, this is the one, and the rest of it's wrong. They did that for Exalted Original.
Really? So I didn't know that.
It didn't go over well.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. It was... The original intent was Exalted was supposed to be the beginning of the World of Darkness. So all of it's wrong, and the mythologies that are so closely tied to your games is all bullshit, and now you know that, and haha.
Oh, yeah.
And so people lost their goddamn minds.
Don't blame them.
And White Wolf walked that shit back.
Yeah.
I was one of them, man.
No,
shifters are from the moon. Fuck off.
Space Wolves.
Nope.
Come here, Chris. So everyone's Chris.
Everyone's Chris.
Everyone's a Chris. I do want to give a quick description on the 4 different quote-unquote tribes here.
Yeah, go nuts.
So they got the desert barbarians. They use black glass axes. They survive mainly from Ziza cactus, Xixa. I'm guessing Ziza. Ziza
You could have just said cactus.
Ziza.
It's, but it's only there.
Yeah, but you just could have said cactus.
Okay, fine. From cactus. But that cactus specifically they use for hydration. They grind the pulp for food. And they also can ferment it to use as a deadly toxin.
Every part of the buffalo, dude.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
And use the needles.
For some.
The Thulan, these are more of a people of like trading and working together to survive. And they communicate through like grunts and growls, very similar to Garu tongue.
He looked at me, I thought he was going to say expressive dance.
Close.
Well, you're very well known for it.
Yep.
You glide. It's amazing.
Like a ghost.
And then the Zorak They use powerful banes as totems. They dress in the skins and furs of their kills, mimicking black spiral dancers.
It sounds legit.
I wish I saved this one for last. I apologize. Because I'm going to come back to it.
Okay.
So, the mountain people, they're cannibals. Only if they have to be, which is often. Because they won't eat themselves, their own tribe, but anyone else who kind of goes into their mountains. They're cave dwellers.
If you become a cannibal, isn't that just always a danger?
That's true.
Or a perk?
They're cave dwellers. They stick to their caves, and anyone who comes in their cave, they will kill and eat if they have
Cannibal
to.
Joe. I don't have to, I'm like, well, at least I'm not going to starve to death.
That's true.
I got an arm right here. If it gets to that point, I'm not going to starve to death. We're all right.
Yeah. So, I'll go back to the Zorak again. Again, they use powerful banes as totems. They dress in skins and furs of their kills, mimicking black spiral dancers. And they do this because those are like the dreams they have. So, that's why they do the black spiral dancers.
Just the worm infecting the realm.
Roughly, yes.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to give a quick thank you.
You're welcome.
Not to you.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Dracoon Stew and Charybdis had suggested a movie to me. And the movie is 13th Warrior. If you haven't seen it, it's such a Garu movie.
That's,
Antonio Banderas.
So you think Antonio Banderas is infecting Pangea?
No. So, the reason they... Mariachi bullshit.
Nice.
The reason they suggested this, and it's a Garu movie, was it is a tribe of Gata-Fenris who team up with a single Silver Fang. I'm trying to give Cliff Notes, short version of this movie, and there's a tribe of people who attack them and they think they're all monsters. And it comes back to, these are just regular people who are wearing like bear skins, and they're not really monsters. But because of the things they're doing, they're so horrific, that's why they consider them monsters. The Zorak very much reminded me of that. That this is, the 13th Warrior is a pack of Gata-Fenris with one Silver Fang fighting off the Zorak If you haven't seen the movie, I mean, it's an old movie, but
I haven't either.
It was pretty good for its age.
But he wouldn't know he's a Silver Fang.
No, he's not.
So there's no tribes.
That's right. Laws of the realm.
I mean, I get your point, but I'm talking about the comparisons here. Yeah.
And I'm busting your balls for comedic effect.
Now, when Stu and Charybdis had mentioned this, that was their suggestion. Like, no, it's definitely Gata-Fenris and one Silver Fang versus Spirals.
Okay.
To me, I say no. To me, it was them versus the Zorak
Okay.
Again, it's an older movie. Early 90s, maybe?
I remember it coming out.
It's actually pretty good for its age. It was perfect reference for this tribe of quote-unquote, yes, spiritual, non-spiritual humans. I don't know what it...
Quote-unquote humans. There you go.
Yeah.
So, that was my fun one. Again, yes, Pangea is kind of up my alley. Dinosaurs, fuck yeah.
Right. And it's not just dinosaurs. You got like Sasquatches are up there.
Oh, yeah.
There's all sorts of... Something I would love to bring up about that, and this is... We're walking away from canon.
Okay.
But...
so more of your own headcanon?
No. I'm talking about the Savage Age right now.
Oh. Yes. I know exactly what you're thinking, because I was thinking this too.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. obviously, Savage Age isn't canon, but we got good friends over there at Weaponized Inc. And if you haven't checked out Savage Age, check out Savage Age.
Yeah,
check it out. We did 2 episodes on it before. The first one, we got the interview with Chris Gunning, who gave us gave the generous offer for the free book. And then you had the second one where we had Grant. Grant was with them.
Yep.
And they walked us through.
We built a character.
Yeah,
some characters.
Some of the stuff there,
and how easy and simple it is for everyone to do.
Right. And they've got more products coming out. They got that Players Guide coming out soon. That's going to be great. I'm excited for that. Cool. We're talking about that once it lands, but not my point. Savage Age, deals at that time, of the War of Rage, of before all of that shit. Of a time that isn't so far off that would be represented in Pangea.
Right. And
so the question becomes, now the answer is because it's not canon. This is the answer.
I get what you're saying.
But if you're playing with Savage Age as if it were, because there's no reason
that you...
it doesn't contradict anything. It's so long ago, and with the oral history of the Gyro Nation, it's easy to believe that they got all that shit wrong.
Very large.
You can't get a game of telephone to succeed with 8 people, and we're talking fucking, we're talking fucking generations upon generations.
Yeah. Thousands of years.
Well, I can very much see, that the realm Pangea doesn't exist. Or it exists now because Savage Age existed.
Well, and that becomes the thing. Because I'm all for, obviously I'm all for checking out Savage Age. We wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't think it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't have done the first show on it if I didn't think it was awesome. I love the idea of linking it to Werewolf, to making it your canon.
No, you said it too.
Yeah, because
the future of Werewolf is in the past.
I fully believe that. But beyond that, right, if you add that canon to it, here's the thing. Why doesn't Pangea match up to what we are now calling what really happened back then?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
And it opens up this mystery that you can now invent on your own. And it's surely that Elder Serpent has something to do with it.
Yeah.
What is the secret? What went so wrong that we have to hide the actual history of not only the Gyro Nation, because the Gyro Nation didn't exist like we know it then,
right?
But all of the Pharaoh. What the fuck happened that we don't get to know about that you're hiding it? It opens up the book for so many secrets.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I think that's super fucking cool. It's just a thought. And again, it's not canon, but it
very easily
can be canon. Very easy. It won't contradict anything. It's so far back.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's, like I said, that's exactly what I was thinking.
You're hearing me right now. I'm fucking excited about it. I know they're working on an Umbra book. And it's cool. It's a question I have about that at all. We're going through these Near Realms, right? What the fuck does the battleground look like? And the battleground's kind of an easy one because it's more low key. It's probably
there's
less.
a lot less battles.
Right. Even if it exists,
right? But the Cyber Realm, the Scar, the Atrocity Realm.
There's so many.
Yeah. What does the Cyber Realm look like?
Maybe it doesn't even exist. That's the thing. Some of these Near Realms might not have happened yet.
Exactly, but then certainly there is a Near Realm for the Weaver. What is it? What does that look like back then? How did it evolve, or in this case, you maybe get to deconstruct it, right? How it would devolve. The Scar, is kind of Dickensian London.
Yeah, which doesn't exist during Savage Age.
Certainly, I would hope not. That would be super weird.
Right.
So what happened to and how these realms would change over time, and would they, like Tom's right, would they exist at all? Was something else in their place? I think there's plenty of fertile ground there to link with Savage Age, certainly.
I agree 100%.
You can definitely have some made-up realms, too, for sure.
Absolutely.
Something that'll help with the time frame.
And maybe those realms have faded off over time, and that's why we don't see them now.
Or they close their doors.
Here's something. Well, they close doors. Why do they close the doors?
Exactly.
What if you could open those doors
again? That's what I'm
again?
saying. You can make those where there's realms out there, but the doors are shut. You can't get in.
I remember I was talking to Grant and I think I was talking to Chris and Grant. Again, Chris Gunning and C. Grant Rose of Weaponized Inc. We were talking about some of the Umbra stuff, and I suggested, we have the Legendary Realm, which we haven't talked about yet, but, the Legendary Realm, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like...
it's D&D.
It's kind of like D&D. Like, if you want to run a D&D campaign as Garu...
There you go. Go to
that's kind of what you want to do, is you go to the Legendary Realm. What if, in the Savage Age, the Legendary Realm was a fantasy version of today?
I was just about to say, it's a look into the future.
Right. But again, a fantasy version like the legendary,
That's, I said, it peeked in my head while you were saying, I'm like, wow, I could see that just being
What if...
Yeah.
There's
a whole lot of
it transcends time at that point.
Oof, man, now you're...
What is our legendary realm is another realm in the Savage Age. And their legendary realm is just Scarves.
Oh,
Or Scar's back door, hidden whatever, right?
Yep. I knew you were going here with this, and that's why I wanted to go last.
Oh, okay.
That's why, yeah.
No, that was a smart move.
Because I had that ready, and it was exactly what I was thinking. You just put way more than I did, so thank you. Because, yeah, how excited you are right now, I was excited reading this and bringing it up.
I'm glad you did, because that kind of thing, like, again, Savage Age...
Oh, it's a big deal.
We're not sponsored. We just believe in this, or I do. All right?
We absolutely believe in it.
Well, I didn't want to speak for everybody.
Well,
we're not sponsored. We're not selling out here. I just believe in it. I do. I believe that the future world was in the past because you look to 5th edition, or you look to the nature of the game. Mm-hmm. The apocalypse is coming. That's the end. The end of the story is like in spitting distance. Yes. But there's like how many chapters before it that we don't know about?
Right.
Future's in the past.
I'm with you.
And with Garu, that past is big.
Yep. And, be that Viking.
That's the point of bringing that up, though.
Is with Savage Age, you have the freedom for a barnyard kind of game where it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, because there's nothing holding you back from doing so. There's no
lore that gets in the way.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. No lore.
Because War Rage hasn't happened, so...
Right?
They're all happy.
Or it's happening, but it's not...
Right.
One thing,
right?
But and we could talk about that.
Yeah,
for
we could do that for a long time.
And we're not. That's not our show. This is not a Savage Age show. Are we?
Yeah, we're hitting that time.
Oh,
that's fine.
We're out of time anyway. Shit.
It's fine.
We will talk about that again, though.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I'm sure it'll be brought up.
And sorry to kind of waylay the last 10 minutes of the show or something.
No, but it was perfect. Again, I got into it. Went last on purpose.
Not a waylay.
Again, I went last on purpose because I wanted to bring that up and to show the comparison of what they've got going on. Because again, yes, you believe it. I absolutely believe it too. There's a reason why we bring it up this often,
right?
So
yeah, that's that. That's going to be a show today. I guess
that's pretty good.
And we'll be back talking. We'll be back talking Savage Age. We'll be back talking Umbra. We'll be back talking shit. You know how we work.
Talking shit.
So on behalf of everyone here at Scratch Wolf Studios, we want to thank you so much for your support and for listening and for sticking with us. You know we love you to death. We couldn't do this without you. You know how you can support us. You know what to do. Just help us out. Please do it. It seems like a dumb thing. It might be a little bit of a pain in the ass to you, but it helps us out immensely.
It's a big deal.
Take the 3 minutes out of your day. Take the 5 minutes out of your day, please. It helps us go further on, and we all want that. But anyway, until next week, on behalf of the guys here, I want to say take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and keep howling with us. We will see you next time. Take it easy.